Welcome to PVT Express News. Subscribe to the channel and don't miss the hottest news of the day. Our news today includes the following content. Yangzi suddenly announced the good news in a high-profile manner, and the whole network congratulated her. Author Uncle G. Source Uncle G. ID, Zidishu 666. Ending song, Yangzi, Squid Fish, Milk Bread. On June 18, Sina table tennis official Weibo made an official announcement. Yangzi will leave for Paris on June 26 to serve as an Olympic torchbearer. Subsequently, the French embassy in China released a Weibo to promote the Olympics, with the entry hashtag Yangzi will serve as a torchbearer for the Paris Olympics hashtag. As soon as the news came out, fans sent their blessings. Congratulations to Yangzi, and welcome the Olympics with Yangzi. Speaking of which, Yangzi has been connected with the Olympics since she was born. Yangzi's name when she was a child was Yang Inao, because her father hoped that the Olympic bid would be successful, so he gave her this name. Now, Yangzi has officially announced that she will be an Olympic torchbearer, which is a cause for celebration. When it comes to Yangzi, many people's first impression is child star, home with kids, Xia Shui, the national daughter. But in fact, the starting point of Yangzi's acting career can be traced back further. In 1999, 7-year-old Yangzi made her debut in the TV series Such a Departure, playing the daughter of the male and female protagonists. Her role was not important, but she appeared a lot. In the next few years, she played a lot of children's plays, including Xiao Pinggui in The Mansion Gate, Xiao Wanru in The Secret History of Xiuzhuang, and Ran Dongyang in Girl's Diary. In 2004, Home with Kids started filming, and Yangzi successfully won the role of Xia Shui. Although it is a sitcom, it is not easy for Yangzi. 12-year-old Yangzi is still a primary school student, while Xia Shui is a 17-year-old high school student. Because the manners, tone, and way of doing things of high school students and primary school students are very different, Yangzi had to train herself to be a big kid. Because she couldn't memorize long lines and needed the director to teach her line by line, Yangzi once felt ashamed to eat and cried secretly while holding a watermelon in the middle of the day. However, hard work pays off. Yangzi overcame all kinds of difficulties and brought Xia Shui to life. Home with Kids became popular as soon as it was broadcast, and Yangzi also became the national daughter in the eyes of thousands of viewers. Yangzi has a reputation and influence that is beyond the reach of others at a young age. But her star journey was not as smooth as expected. Due to the need to prepare for the high school entrance examination, Yangzi was unable to star in the third part of Home with Kids, and the huge gap made it difficult for her to adapt. At the same time, she began to grow and gain weight during puberty, and also had a lot of acne. The outspoken Song Dandan said to her, "Child, you'd better stop acting if you look like this. This circle is too chaotic. There are so many beautiful little girls, and you don't look that pretty." Although she was only in her teens, Yangzi had already experienced the career gap and child star awkward period early on. Her family felt sorry for her and considered her future. "Why don't you go to college seriously? It would be nice to be a teacher or a doctor in the future." No one invited her or handed her a script, which greatly hit Yangzi's self-confidence. And the attitude of people around her also made her begin to doubt whether she should continue to be an actor. But after thinking it over, Yangzi, who couldn't let go of acting, still applied for the Beijing Film Academy. She was determined to lose weight and regulate her skin. She threw away her burden and acted freely during the art exam, and finally got into the Beijing Film Academy as she wished. When she first entered college, Yangzi was full of enthusiasm, submitting resumes everywhere and running auditions. However, reality poured cold water on her again and again. The resume she sent out fell into the sea, and the role she finally got was replaced before the filming started. She finally waited for the script, but no matter how hard she tried, she still couldn't get recognition from the industry and the audience. Yangzi slowly realized that no one would give her an extra chance because she was a child star. On the contrary, it was precisely because of her dazzling past that the title of child star became a shackle that trapped her. During her 4 years in college, she systematically learned acting and learned to accept and persist. In 2014, Yangzi boldly tried the period war drama Battle of Changsha and successfully reversed the stereotype of the xia shui in any role in the eyes of the audience with the role of Hu Shangxiang. After that, Yangzi played Qiu Yingying, whose character was not pleasing in Ode to Joy. Because of her delicate acting, not only did the audience not hate her, but also called her real and cute. While Yangzi worked hard to broaden her acting path, she also acted steadily and let her acting skills speak for themselves. Around 2016, a wave of IP-adapted dramas swept the country, and the era of data being king and traffic dominating began. This time, Yangzi seized the opportunity and performed well in dramas such as Ashes of Love and Go Go Squid, becoming a well-deserved traffic star. Yangzi became popular again, but doubts followed. Some people said that she was not suitable for the role and was on the hot search before filming began. Yangzi saw through the fickleness of online public opinion and understood that neither love nor abuse was forever, so she just tried her best to polish the role to the best. Some people think that she has been filming fairy tales and is living off her old reputation in her comfort zone. Yangzi did not rush to refute or make boasts, but responded frankly that she has been working hard, but the process of improvement is long. She said that she could not step out of her comfort zone immediately, and would not play a role that could not hold up in order to prove herself. However, she will slowly expand her comfort zone and try and challenge more. Some people praised her for her lucky husband physique and said that her momentum was not as good as the male actors she worked with. Yangzi didn't care too much about who was more popular, but quickly corrected it, explaining that the success of the drama was not only due to her, but the credit of all the staff. In her opinion, it is better to say that she was lucky to meet good actors rather than saying that she was lucky. She didn't want the efforts and hard work of others to be erased and ignored because of these jokes. She made steady progress in the play, and her emotional intelligence was online outside the play. She enjoyed the glory and honor, and also accepted attacks and slander. Step by step, Yangzi captured the hearts of thousands of fans. Now Yangzi, who is 30 years old, has experienced twists and turns in her career and encountered a battle between fans and blacks in public opinion. She used to be sensitive and competitive, but now she has become calm and accepting. I used to feel so angry that I wanted to confront them and explain to everyone. Later, I found that it was useless to do so. What I want to do is to work hard to make better works. Faced with the outside world's evaluation of not beautiful enough, she no longer struggled. It doesn't matter. Confidence is the most beautiful. Everyone is unique, and this is something to be proud of. Faced with the praise of fans, she doesn't want to be praised too much. I am an extremely mediocre person in life. Act well, don't fool around, do my job well, it's actually that simple. Some people say that Yangzi has been smoothed out and is full of worldly wisdom. But in my opinion, it is precisely because she has experienced a lot and knows which way to go, it seems easier to let go and look down on things. Now Yangzi is in the golden period of her career and is also facing more challenges. This is not necessarily a bad thing, on the contrary, it is a good sign. After all, people only feel relaxed when they are going downhill, and those who are going uphill are often struggling. I still remember Yangzi said in an interview that she felt that she respected acting more than she loved it. Because in addition to her pure love and passion, she also has respect and reverence for acting. I believe that as long as she keeps her original intention, Yangzi will be able to reach a higher level and bring more wonderful works to the audience. Gong Mei Yangzi. Doyun Club Extra Staff. Huang Zitar beats up elementary school students. How big is the scope of a star being mined? Shen, who has excessive profits, truly made such a move to your artist. Simply this game. Male colleagues put their hands where they shouldn't. Xingming boat opening. Yang Mi in that long story short. The movie recalls Guo Jingming. Maybe it's him. Yang Mi Chen Shuedong. Is this also rude in micromovies? This activity makes you sick. Xin Lan told him not to play. Excellent performance in the production of The Water Show. Also emphasizes opposition to multi-person development. Your battle or your age. Also protect yourself. If you have a chance to sing in Changsha, The Old Sheepdog tastes beautiful. Zhongqing has many people and rice is fragrant. This thing is so delicious. Wang Yiba, you are doing well. Don't look back. Avoid shame. I heard it last year. I won't say it if it's not decent. I can't go out to record anymore. If you have good comprehensive ability. Generally unified. If I don't have love people. How should I use him? It's not whether you have a sweetheart or not. But I really present you to you. Who has more breasts? Just kidding. Too cute. Big Mouth Shangwei is just the mother of De Zhangwei. What is this? You can always accept. Compete with me with my high-level ability. This bird is ridiculous. I can imagine. Win by choosing city life. Let students live like pens. Maybe a snake came to the house and banged at the entrance. Move Yang's moving headlights directly. This is what he looks like in front of God. However, a zombie. Giant, I need to hear an onion. The second one you need to ask me to come. I will ask you more embarrassment. 1000 just need a young tide. Let's continue first. My sister was really brought in by Miss Qin Jin. Every sentence arranged by Huang Jingyu is serious. Legal in nature, I didn't say anything important. Good health. It's still a bit interesting to go home. Those celebrities ask for papers. Red Tutor's second sister tasted it for herself before. My dad is about the same age. I didn't expect Tutor Lu to see it again. The one who humiliated Lu Zuntong more should be Chen Xiaochun. At that time, Chen Xiaochun was recording a rural family's art performance. It turned out that Grandma set it up as landing night. I need to hear this humiliating scene. Li Liangwei's 61-year-old grandfather Lu Liangwei. Take a photo together at the nursing home. Discuss a netizen who paralyzed him. Is your face embarrassing? Make the old man very angry. Zhong Hanliang is 3 years old. Looking for the one who was still there under the same roof. Your relationship with Jimmy Lin is incredible. I thought it was 2 years old. We will grow old. What if you don't grow old? We will go crazy. We have all kinds of charms. Compared to the previous post. You seem to be Ling Huchen. Pain for people who need brain pain. Life is hard. So these 18 people saved the city. What did you encounter as a family? No matter how unique. After Yi Yang Qianxi. Lin Gingxin's fantasy of a 900 million girl is completely shattered. Tieu Ch, you call him uncle. Discuss the studio of a famous newcomer. Won't fight. He's just outside. 02 Xiaozhan, who is not in a hurry to take off his shoes. You are your own vast world. You are finished on this planet. Xiaozhan. Classic suits are always the best shirts for men. Fashionable decorations are dull in the enduring. Like a man who keeps his promise. Loosen the tie. Tug on the charming minimalist tees. Stars shine. Under the spotlight. A decent man gestures like jade. Turning up. A warm glance. Kills countless movies in seconds. Purple lips and grinning. Inches screwed up the world. Falling everyone. From then on. There will always be someone willing to play an important role in the heartbreak. After leaving the most hazy second. He is still gorgeous and his appearance is far better than before. He makes a person almost forget. What is cyberbullying such a serious disaster? The end of the media trade fair is a traffic sure field. Struggle for information acquisition assets to find business opportunities. Having said that, no matter how big the traffic is, it stands to reason that the popularity of the work will generally decline. Absolutely no ability to stay in the forefront. Despite this, what Xiaozhan came to in 2020 is a supernatural. The content was absurd at first. Later it was basically impossible. Check him. It is undeniable. Patience is based on karma. So the breeze sees the soldiers squeeze each other. Not one blows him into the north wind, nor allow him to hold the box and kick and poke. But see him from not arguing with 100 words to being praised. Not ostentatious and not overbearing. Standing up again in patience. Anyway, what is lined up with him is social value orientation and social taste orientation. The near collapse in the field of public evaluation. Will the world be better? The Red Sea wave is fake. The treatment is smooth and revived. It makes people feel like seeing the light of the sky. Anyway, when 202 1 year of media reached its peak at the beginning of the new year, the three views that were not strong enough to begin with collapsed again. How can repair be so natural? The circle of clothing in sanctuary is still exciting. Shaozhan just left a hole in the thick ice field. The snow is still falling. It won't be long. Even this hole will be plugged. The most fortunate thing is, he ignored influencing the world, but has never been changed by the world. In this not-so-big world, he is still that child. No God's stone. There is nothing to rely on. That person. And we also see that his eyes are a little fatigued, but overall, his eyes are basically as clear as before. You should realize that. When the breeze blows through the remote woods, when the waves wash the seashore, the mental damage brought by the digital storm cannot be forgotten. But it has no desires. Not to mention enjoying nostalgia. And never pleases. So in a nutshell, it's a sentence, Shaozhan. You live a good life. This humble remark put aside complaints. From then on, it was like a tiger tail grass. Without grass or branches. Still heroic in the worst climate. Standing firm. However, the reason why the general trend is the general trend. The motivation behind it is the direct result of the mystery. The general review was created to April. Introduced the main positive performance points, the light points exceeded 100 million. Under the malicious stimulation of the internet, public opinion finally reached its limit. Prompted the silent majority to take responsibility. What's more, this also directly proposed an overall evaluation. Subjective changes. Shaozhan came from the desert highlands, being spoiled into the temple. In this way, Shaozhan, who has normal self-esteem, completed the bipolar reversal of speech. From the wounded to the compensatory merit. And in the most hazy second, he became the champion of the glory. The blood is usually hot. The lower meridian fluctuates. Returning from 1,000 miles away is joyful. Morning training is regarded as a norm. Evaluation supervisor and profound food. It is indeed a kind of fragility and loss of control. Just when we almost thought he was going to break out of the island current circle, break through the fog, and become kind and tired because of his dependence on Xiaolang. He said something on New Year's Eve and gave a response. He stepped on the dream with strength. I am still Shaozhan. The figure of the red-clothed boy that night condensed into a scene in countless desolate eyes. Yangzi's song is full of ferocity. It seems to be chaotic and improvised, but there is a sense of ethereality. It is full of young souls. It cannot be copied and has surpassed the formula of creativity. Blow my pride and indulgence. The speed of spiraling upward is like the endurance of strong liquor after extremely shallow drinking. Blow it. I am not afraid of barefoot songs. In the resolutions winding between the tremolos, there is really a kind of fanaticism dotted with extraordinary pride. A red hairband passed by us. It doesn't matter if there are more stops on Yangwan Street. Just a wooden shed is needed to go to the dark. Have you heard the options? Who can give me a simple Yangwan the vacancy of the street? Anyway. What is perseverance? Feeling scared. but ready to face the challenge. Despite the pain. But facing it. He was obviously trembling with fear. But he said loudly that he was not afraid. That's what he said when he needed support. I'd rather not help. Help the club disband. At the most incoherent time. He chuckled meaninglessly like SpongeBob. As if he had never been hurt. Looking up to the sky and howling out. I'm not a vagrant at my age. The emergence of a more mature individual without personal capital is seen as the final turning point. But in the eyes of a teenager, this is a world to be conquered. And a fantasy to be satisfied. Obviously you think he is a decent young man. But inside him is an out-of-control child who would rather not grow up. Just like this, the seeds of a troublemaker. In the depths of every scholar's heart, there are quite a lot of seeds planted. So this makes him feel like a teenager. Give him consumed blood, hard bones, uncoordinated attitude, perseverance to fight bad behavior, and never surrender despite the fucking scene. Do you think it's about the lonely courage to break the boat, and the brightness of the whale facing the sea? Why do I need to win? But I don't think others should lose. He is a subtle careerist. Influenced by the consistent Confucian aesthetic temperament, his character is round on the outside and square on the inside. He is soft on the outside and strong on the inside. People think he is smooth, calculating, warm and kind. He has been taught in his bones. However, he looks at the world with a cold optimism and negative attitude. The flowers are half blooming and the wine is slightly drunk. Leave a paragraph to hand over the hearts of the three people. Use the most polite character to protect the calmest defense line. He is thoughtful in dealing with people and things. There is a kind of ease that knows the world but is not afraid of the world. Under the reason of not touching the standard, he will never be difficult to get along with. Indulgence and kindness are exactly the same. When reality is hit, his behavior is completely different. For example, even if there is cyberbullying, sometimes he would rather sit quietly. It is best that when he is violated, he will not bow his head and surrender. Okay, as a young man, he should be a soul that is in the company of fog. With the persistence of never giving up, he will make the air of heaven and earth to fill the transparency of the universe. Can you complete the Xiaozhan project? The answer is no. The dark night is too long. We are more eager for the brilliance of the sky. Although it is so vicious that it is outrageous, we need the help of standard quality with grace. Xiaozhan's response to public evaluation is well deserved to be the original heart of Huamei. Brighten the night sky. I like him and support him personally. I can't help beautifying him and lifting him. The impulse to demand respect from him. However, improving quality may be effortless, leading to kickbacks that deviate from assumptions. People who are tired of thinking everywhere. This is certainly not the reason why Xiao Zhanmu can become the most awesome in the forest. The logically inconsistent unity between ice and fire is his symbol. Truth is not worried about defects. Feeling sad for it is also a kind of perfection. The lethality of true temperament is far better than being awesome. The ideal character of intelligence and integrity. So there are opinions of creatures. After experiencing the passionate feelings. The astonishing but extraordinary Xiaozhan music. What is Xiaozhan music? It is the hard surface light spot Zushi easy. It is warm, repairing and energy. However, nostalgia is not clear. It is mixed. Like purple, mysterious and somewhat desperate. Just like being injured. After the initial recovery. There is also a sense of fear of waiting. And the sentence of loving first and forgetting later is particularly free and easy. Like singing fiercely. Covering you from passing away. It came out of thin air again. How long are the years? What's more, Xiaozhan sang out the feeling of being loyal to himself. The explosive feeling of not being dissolute and not negative. Some people have also read Su Jima's poems about the power of flying. Indeed, the human mind is perfect. Obviously, no matter what. One thing is certain. Or at least it is definitely not nonpartisan. No matter how flashy. It seems it is the sharpness of people that pierces the amiability and trustworthiness. Breaking the misleading balance. I don't like Xiao Zhan's style. It's just not like him. Try not to label Xiao Zhan. You can't accurately calculate each stage. Because the real craft is not immutable. Life is new and flowing. But the name is inflexible and indomitable. No mark can decipher a fascinating soul. It doesn't try to satisfy people. Nor does it claim to be humble. It develops on your fashion point. But it is not limited by your taste. It's like a drill with xin barrel bolts. Various points and various dreams complement each other. Will not satisfy everyone. Before the end of time. He doesn't need to be equivalent. The fascinating spirit is fascinating because they are almost impossible to be represented. Professional cultivation is good. But the career that a person relies on for survival is still his job. His emperor wolf. Ending the rest of his life. Prenatal education is normal. Dolua awakens. Expert, the power is coming. This card looks great. But what comes next faces serious risks. The result was postponed. The way of creating and broadcasting TV programs in my country is to record first, then spread, which is controlled and affected by creation, less spread, long cycle, and high subsidy. The best communication opportunity is in the year after the recording is completed. Over time, the universality will decrease. The strategic risk will be high. The feel will also be outdated. As far as Xiao Zhan's communication attempts in 2021 are concerned, except that Pro is shot separately. The rest are accumulations. The higher the assumptions, the more noteworthy the failures. Tang San and Dolua is not exactly the same as Wei Wuxian. Despite this, the Untamed after the filming of The Rest of Life is plagued by full of assumptions. Xiao Zhan's life level has passed nirvana. And Xiao Zhan in the play is still Xiao Zhan in the past tense. It has to be said. Relying on Xiao Zhan's feelings to help evaluate. It's a pity. The circular economy of the amusement circle. Divided into 3 categories: public power, school, and peace. Defu Lunli Academy Luan Advanced Judgment Luan Strong. Xiao Zhan appeared as an ordinary individual. No worries at the bottom. No shadow at the top. Being cherished by others is ecstatic. Being isolated is inevitable. Products are strange but not self-defeating. Things that are intriguing. You can make big assets without spending money. Sublimate popularity into connections. Second, choose people instead of programs. That is, pay attention to the social forms that everyone is familiar with. Measure the market value and commercial space of advantages and disadvantages. Broaden the acting avenues. Improve acting skills. Do whatever you want. Maintain social values in the action plan. And try to destroy the classroom. The summary of work should have a responsibility. The value of completing a job. This is a conspiracy. After chatting. Or we can forgive Xiao Zhan again. The fear of involvement keeps the individual unchanged. Believe it or not. Compared with getting what you want. Mistakes will allow individuals to gain more development. However, the chicken soup that brings death to the world, no doubt, is not a drop of related information. Xiao Zhan, part of it is looking down on you. Instead of expecting you to the extreme. Ignore the trauma you have recently endured. Ignore your life being investigated so painfully. We heal our scars. Ignore deterioration. Ignore endurance. And the harmony that should exist between pursuing important values. You are not a god. No more blessed than others. Anyone who has experienced the harm you have to deal with endures the disgusting scars it brings. Who cannot be rewarded needs a repair cycle. and the torrent of whales under the Red Sea makes individuals rush forward unconsciously. Need to scramble. In the reality of the curtain wall. So many people care whether you can take off. So many people care whether you can be blown dry. Even so, the grass and trees have their own hearts. Why ask your family to break it? So that Xiao Zhan naturally has no help from anyone. He has become a universe. Now it has been completed on this planet. Jump out of the fan circle to see Xiao Zhan. Fan circle painting Fengyue public quirk scum. What do you think about this? This concludes our news section. Welcome to leave your thoughts in the comments area. Let's discuss it together. Welcome. Don't forget to give me a like and follow. Thank for all.